Welcome to Win Online, your channel for educational videos. A huge demand is coming from your side for the playgroup planning because we have previously shared the planning of two terms of nursery, which is second level, ages 4 to 5, and first term planning of KG, which is level 3, ages 5 to 6. If by any chance you have missed watching those videos or did not get the PDF, please write in the comments of this video and I will share those with you. So, when we talk about playgroup, which is the very first year in this 3 years of preschool program, playgroup is the time when the children are newly introduced to the school. They are very young. They should be between 3 to 4 years old, but in some places they are even younger than 3 years old, which I don't think should be the case. They should be at least 3 years, 3 years 2 months, 3 years 3 months. Then they should be coming to playgroup. So when the children are introduced to school, you cannot straight away make them sit in the class and start reading and writing and working on the copies and working on the workbooks and worksheets. You have to first climatize them with the school. You have to first let them enjoy the school environment. You have to make them feel safe and secure. You have to reduce their anxiety so that they are ready for learning. That's why the first 4 weeks of playgroup are spent on the orientation. And there are many things that you do in the first 4 weeks which set the scene for later schoolwork, which makes the students ready for academic work in the rest of the year and, of course, in the whole preschool program. So, what you should be doing in those first 4 weeks, this video is about that. So, playgroup planning, first 4 weeks, trust yourself, you can do it. There are three very important tasks that need to be done in the first 4 weeks, which are number one, warm and welcoming environment. By warm and welcoming environment, this does not mean that you have decorated the class fully and you have a lovely smile and you are welcoming the children and the parents. I will explain everything which contributes to the conducive, warm, and welcoming learning environment in preschool in the upcoming slides. Then, meaningful connection with students and parents. This is the right time to create a bond with your students so that they start trusting you, they start feeling safe in your presence, and they start understanding you, and you also understand them at this stage. Also, you know that preschool is the area where the parents take the most interest. It is such a wonderful thing that the parental interest is inversely proportional to the class of the student, so it is greater when it is in the first year of preschool, and gradually it becomes less and less. Their interest does not decrease, but they do not feel the need to go to the school again and again, to talk to the teacher again and again, to make phone calls to the school again and again, because now they understand and they trust the school, they trust the system, they trust the teachers, and their child has also grown up a little bit, so they do not feel that need. They are not, we can say, they are not that anxious about their child sitting in an environment away from them. Then comes the third major task, which is assess students' needs optimistically. Um, we fully understand that every child develops, grows, learns at his or her own pace. And though we have learnt about individual differences and we talk about individual differences a lot, but when it comes to classroom teaching, we sometimes tend to forget about the individual differences, and in our head we somehow assume that if I'm teaching something and if 15 out of 20 students are understanding and grasping the concept, then the remaining 5 who are not grasping, it is their problem, they are at fault, there is something wrong with them. So at that stage we forget that there are individual differences and every child will grow at his or her own pace. So when I say optimistically, it means that you need to look at the need of the child, and these 4 weeks are an excellent time for you to do so. Now let's look into detail. How are we going to do these three major tasks? And trust me, if you are able to do these three tasks in the first 4 weeks, the rest will be very smooth, and major chunk of your work will be done here. Now, when I said warm and welcoming environment, there are a few things that you need to keep in mind. I have listed a few points, and I will make videos about any of this point if you do not understand it. I will make short videos about these. So, if you need to get some new, fresh ideas about any of these points, please comment in this comment section, and I will prepare a short video for that. For example, number one is classroom setup. All of us pay a lot of attention to this, and I know that there are colorful tables and chairs. There are beautiful boards. There is a lot of material that is prepared by the teachers, which is displayed on the walls of the classroom. And there is some ready made material also. We put puzzles, we have got games, we have blocks, we have flashcards. Everything is kept in the preschool classroom. But one thing that I want to emphasize here is that sometimes, and I have seen it in the classrooms, that the teachers put up their materials too high up on the wall, which is not at the eye level of the students. And the reason is that the teachers say that the students sometimes tear these things off the walls, they touch them again and again, the materials become dirty. In order to keep the materials for a longer time on the walls, they put them high up away from the reach of the students. Number one, the materials should be changed. The classroom should be refreshed every month according to the theme that you are teaching. And secondly, if things are not at the eye level of the students, then they have to lift up their chin and look up, and this strains their neck muscles, which is not good for their development. They get tired very soon, and their neck get tired. So always put the materials at the eye level of the students, and you need to train the students not to touch these things unless you are asked to do so. And preschool is the best time for training, for teaching routines, for training in discipline. So train your students not to touch these things, and they won't. Greeting children and families is very important, with a nice smile, welcoming the children, calling them by their names. Ice breaking activities, I will upload a short video about it, but all those activities in which you get to know your students and the parents of those students are ice breaking activities. These can be games, these can be different songs, these can be rhymes, these can be just chit chatting, but this is ice breaking. Introducing classroom routines and expectations, very, very important. Train the students from the very first day. You're not working on books and copies from the very first day, but the classroom routines, telling them when what will they do when they first come in the morning to the class, where will they put their bag, where will they put their lunch bag or their water bottle, where will they sit, when will be the circle time, what will they do when there is story time, how will they make a line, everything. And it will take a little while, but that's why we are giving you we are giving 4 weeks to the students. So every routine they should be familiar with the timetable. Morning routine, whatever morning routine you set up, usually it is the circle time in which you talk to the students, ask them about their well-being, and do something, some oral activities, some islamiyat, some general knowledge, and some fun circle activities. I will upload a video if you make a request in the comments. Remember, preschool is all about using concrete material and providing experiential learning to the students, not abstract learning, not just reading and writing, but using their physical ability. So, hands on and minds on activities where their hands are busy and their minds are busy. Sensory play is any play that involves the five senses, like seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, feeling, smelling. Any play that you design is that involves the senses is sensory play, and extremely important at this stage. Art projects, simple art projects can be done in the first 4 weeks, and you can like display that in the classroom. Children will feel very, very important when their work, their piece of art is displayed in the classroom. As I said earlier, I can upload short videos about these things. Then comes the meaningful connection. So, communication strategies. Make a WhatsApp group of all the parents, and you can be the admin of that WhatsApp group, or the preschool coordinator can be the admin of the WhatsApp group, where the teacher and the parents of your class are included, and keep the parents in the loop. Let them be informed about each and everything that you are doing in the school, because many children won't go home and retell everything, all the wonderful things that you are doing in the class. So take plenty of photographs, make small videos, send messages to the parents. You can use the students' diaries. If there is any materials that you need for tomorrow, you can always write in the diaries. Involving parents in classroom is again a wonderful idea, and sometimes we as teachers are a little scared of that, because we feel that the parents will be very critical of the classroom environment or of us working with the children. No, feel free to invite parents. Do not push them, because if they are working parents, they do not have the time to come to the school for longer periods of time. But if there are any parents who can help you with storytelling, who can help you with preparing art activities, preparing materials for art, or who can just be there and help you and assist you with handling the children, by all means, invite those parents and involve them in the classroom. Addressing separation anxiety is a huge thing, and you know that when the children come to the school, many of them have not been separated by from their parents for such a longer time, and everyone is a stranger in the school in the first day, or in the first week. So they definitely have separation anxiety, and due to that anxiety, some children start crying. First tip is that if a child starts crying, quickly separate that child from the rest of the group. Take the help of your assistant teacher, ask for a helper, send the child out to the yard, to the video room, separate the child, because crying is like an infection. Other children who are sitting nicely and trying to understand the environment, they will also start crying once they look at their class fellow trying. So do that. Besides the children, parents also have separation anxiety. So please do not mind if a mother is asking you again and again about all the details, or if and you will find that, oh my God, I have so much to do and I cannot answer all the questions. But parents also have separation anxiety. So acknowledge that and tell the parents that their children are in safe hands. And for that, you need to know some comforting techniques. Again, a short video can be made about it. Breathing exercises. Do breathing exercises with your students, deep breaths. You can have a hug time where everybody comes and hugs you, or you go to their table and hug them. So create some comforting exercises for the students. Celebrate the first day. In many schools, they make a small photo frame, and every student stands in that photo frame and a picture is taken on that day. You can do the footprint activity, where you paint the foot of the child and paste the footprint on a piece of paper, write the name of the child on that piece of paper, and maybe you can send that home saying your child's first step towards success, or first step towards literacy, or first step towards academic excellence, whatever sentence you choose to write. Keepsake crafts. Keepsake means something that they can keep with themselves or take home. So, by all means, help the students in creating some art activities and let them take that home, because this will show the parents what you are doing at school. Group photos, yes, there should be group photos of the students, but wait for that till the end of the fourth week, because let the admissions be complete. Admissions keep pouring in, especially in the preschool area, sometimes even after summer break. So wait for the first 4 weeks to finish, and at the end of the first 4 weeks, take a group photo with you and the students, and your assistant teacher, any helper that you want to involve. Also, take plenty of pictures when students are engaged in doing activities in the classroom. So, this is how you build a meaningful connection with the students and their parents. Next, the most important area, which is assessing students' needs and abilities. Observe and describe what you see. So, as I told you earlier, every child is different. Every child will learn at a different pace, and all of them will have their unique talents also. You will find that some of them are very good listeners even at this early age. And you will find that there are others who find it difficult to sit still for even 3 minutes. So these are not problems with the students, these are their unique characteristics. So you need to understand that, and make or even keep notes with yourself about what are the needs of this student, which are the areas where the student will need some extra help. And that will help you when you start formal teaching and the students are doing classwork and homework. That will help you. Also, at this stage, after the first 4 weeks, you can have a nice parent teacher meeting. And here you can share the notes that you have created for every child, and talk to the parents about those notes, and discuss with the parents that this is the special need of your child, and I will be working on it, but I will need your help to work on it. um, you can time your observation like 5 minutes per child. You can observe how they play, you can observe how they interact with others, you can observe how they sit, you can observe how they respond to commands, you can observe a lot of things. Focus on key traits optimistically. I have explained this earlier that you have to be optimistic. Optimistic means that you are not thinking in your head that, oh, this child is a slow learner. How can you assess that in the first 4 weeks? No, you are optimistic. You are thinking in your head that, all right, this child will need some extra help while writing, things like that. One to one conversations are lovely when you sit and talk with the students. Maybe you can make this part of your daily routine, where the helper is doing something else with the students, they are coloring, and you are inviting every child to your table or your desk, or you are going to their table and you are talking to every child individually. um, Keep samples of students work with you in your file and folder, and when you invite the parents to the parent teacher meeting after the first 4 weeks, share the samples, share the work samples. And please, please, please introduce classroom procedures to the students, and insist every day, remind them what they have to do, when will they go out for break, when will they sit down for circle time, from where can they pick up the books, how will they pack up the toys, everything, how are they going to set the blocks, how are they going to put those away. Everything you have to set this in the first 4 weeks. um I'm sure all of you know about Oscar Wilde. So, Oscar Wilde said that the best way to make children good is to make them happy. And I want you to remember that if the child is bored in the first week, if the child is scared in the first week, if the child is anxious, if the child is uncomfortable, then it is very hard to get rid of that feeling, and your job becomes double, because you are struggling with that feeling of the child also, and then at the same time you have to make them sit down and do work also. So make them happy, make them feel comfortable, make them enjoy the school. And the first 4 weeks are extremely important for doing that, because then they will be ready to do hard work, because they understand, they start liking you, they start liking the school, they know that school is fun, learning is fun, our teacher understands us. So a lot of problems that occur at later stages are, even you nip the problem in the bud. So make them happy if you want them to be good. That is all for today. Please subscribe to the channel, like, share, and comment. I'm going to share the preschool planning from week 5 to week 16 for the first term, in the same format, on the same grid that I have shared with you before. But for the first 4 weeks, please stick to these activities. These three tasks you need to do in the first 4 weeks. Also, comment on this video if you need extra or fresh or new ideas about any of the things that we have discussed today. Thank you so much. Please subscribe to the channel, like, share, and comment.